Okay, so let's add our little squid. So we have this bad boy over here. Let's just grab its final output and let's make a we already have, right, a RNDR squid. Where is he? Okay, so we have this RNDR squid here. Okay, so let's remove this delete eyes for now. So we're setting the scale here. Let's do the material. Let's not delete the eyes yet. We're going to do that later. Let's put a transform. Okay, this is where we're going to animate this guy. Right, so let's have a look. Let's put him somewhere that we want. So let's something like this. Let's rotate him. Okay. Okay, so let's start animating him. So let's first position him where we want him to be in the end. Guess maybe something like this. Maybe closer. Okay, so something like that. Now let's see some keyframes and go to first frame. Let's just move and rotate him a little bit until he's hidden, right, like that. Okay, so gonna be moving up. So what we could do is maybe before we do this animation, we could go, let's hide this stuff. Go in here, we could say that we want to add a band between here. I want to capture it in the up direction. Zero, yeah. Capture origin down there, capture length. Okay. So we can have some control over the band. So we could like have some animation going on. So we could, so now he's moving like that. He's moving up. We could like have some control over him, like bending forward. Okay. So another thing I want to put in between here maybe is a transform. Like that. And I want to maybe do a motion effects, a noise, and then a very slight movement. It's going to be too fast. Let's open it up again. Up to period, and then do like that. Something like that. Okay. We can have a look. We could flipbook this if we want to have a look at what this looks like. So from frame 0 to the last frame. So let's flipbook. Okay, so already gonna play through it a little bit. So I'm not going to be polishing up this animation for this part of the tutorial. If you want to see the final shot again, you can download the absolute final shot where everything is put together. And that's where I sort of spend a lot of time, of course, polishing the animation until I was super happy. For this assemble tutorial, of course, I'm just going to put it in and then not going to be polishing as much as I did before. But so let's say that we're happy sort of with this animation. But again, you can tweak it anyway. You can tweak it yourself, depending on what you want. But let's say that we're happy with this. So one thing that happened in the final shot is that these eyes are rotating, and in the end, he will look at the camera. So let's implement that. Okay, so like in this shot here, you can see like his eyes are like rotating, and like what am I looking at? What am I looking at? And in the end, he looks at the camera. So I thought it like created more of a sense of presence. So let's implement that. So what we want to do is we want to go here in the squid. We want to, after the animation here, so we want to say that we want to delete non-selected on the eyes, right? So we have these eyes that are rotating. And these eyes are packed objects. So it means they are treated as points. So if we want to sort of now, we want to maybe orient them again. So let's just do the whole copy thing again that we did before, right? So maybe what we want to do is let's have a look in the spreadsheet. Do these eyes still have the p-scale? Because we kind of need, okay, let's just first, okay, let's have a look over here on the right. So that's where we are copying these eyes, and there's a p-scale. And then after that, there's no p-scale. Okay, so we want to keep the p-scale. Okay, so say that we want to, over here, that's on the copy, say that we want to keep the p-scale. Okay, 1 second. Let's see if this doesn't seem to work yet. So over here we have p-scale. And over here we don't have p-scale. So why don't we have p-scale? You know what? We could also just copy it. So let's attribute copy. Let's put a copy. And let's just say p-scale. Okay, so now we have the p-scale on our eyes. So let's see, do we also still have it? So then we should also keep it over here. So down here below, you don't want to delete the p-scale to keep it. Right, so now we keep the p-scale on our eyes. Right, so now our deleted eyes here have a p-scale. Right, so what we want to do is we want to object merge our eye model in, not polybabble, we want to object merge. Let's make this all a little bit bigger. Object merge, and let's object merge our eye into here. So that's our eye. Now remember, these are packed objects. It means they're treated as points. If you want to visualize that a little bit more, you could drop down and add. And just say delete geometry, keep points. You can see it just keeps a point in the center of these eyes. So what you could say is, okay, let's copy the points. Let's pack an instance. Our new eyes. Okay, so the scale there doesn't seem exactly right. So let's have a look. That's because we are upscaling here our squid by 6.8%, or 6.8 times. So let's say that over here, we want to say that our at p-scale is also times equal 6.8. Because we are scaling up our squid here from this size to this size. So that's 6.8. So if we also do that with our p-scale then our size of our eyes should match. See, the orientation is not correct, but that's fine. Okay, let's copy and paste the VOP that we use to do the rotation for the eyes. Let's put it like this. And by the way, let's put down a time shift here. Let's put a time shift. Let's freeze it to the first frame. So we can just do this on a static thing. This is going to be easier. All right, so now we have this thing that sets these rotations. So this is rotating the eyes. Maybe gonna change the frequency. All right. Okay, so maybe what we want to do, so we have these normal here. We kind of want to create a second normal that's pointing to the camera. So if you remember what we did before, is we created something with like a where we subtracted positions to create a new vector. So we could do that. Let's just do it in a wrangle. Let's create an add. Let's just put an add here. Just put it somewhere around where the camera is. Let's go to other objects. So the camera is where is it? Somewhere over here. We can position it better later, but for now, let's just do something like this. Okay. Sure thing. Why not? All right, so let's put it in there. Okay, so now let's do what we did before. Let's say that we want to vector pos equals point. So we're going to import a point attribute from the second input. We're going to import the position from one of the points. Right, so from just this point. And then we're going to say that v at n, so the normal, it's going to be at position minus pos. Okay, so let's have a look what this does. So these are the points. And what is going on over here? Let's put this in between brackets. I'm not sure why it's acting weird. Okay, something is acting a little bit weird here. Okay, oh, I had an equals here instead of a minus. Okay, so that's why it was breaking. Okay, so now we have normals pointing in that direction. Let's normalize these. All right. So now we have this add here. Which we can use to set the direction of our eyes. Okay, so we need to invert this, I think. Okay. All right. So let's say that we want to. Okay, now we want to interpolate between our original normal and the other one. So let's just call, say, vector new n or something. And let's say float mix equals channel float mix. So it's going to be a mixing variable. And then we're going to say that at n, or v at n equals lerp, so linear interpolate between normal and new n based on mix. And this thing needs to go. And there shouldn't be a, let's see. Why is that erroring? Let's try it again. Between is going to be lerp between at n, new n, and mix. Okay. All right. So now we can do that. Now, of course, these eyes are frozen in position, but again, these are points. So we can do is after the copy, or before the copy, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay, let's put another wrangle. Okay, so we have these points. Okay, let's, in this wrangle, let's put in our points over here. So these eyes, which are not time frozen yet, so these still move. Let's plug that into the second input of this wrangle, like that. Okay, and then let's import the point position. So again, we can do that by typing vector, maybe pos, and point. We're gonna import a point attribute from the first input. Again, that's this one. We're gonna import position, and we're gonna import the position of every point number, like that. And we're gonna say at p, so v at p equals pos. Okay. So that we'll do is that it will set the position of these points to the position of these points. And we need to do this after the, okay, let's do another delete. We need to do this after the animation, of course. So let's do eyes and lead non-selected. Okay, so we have these eyes here that move. Okay, let's link it up to that one instead. All right, and then we're going to copy these eyes to it. Okay, we want to animate this mix value. Okay, so it's just going to look around. Let's look to our camera. So it's going to be looking around, looking around, look around, look around, look around. And at the end, it's going to look at the camera. Okay, so we need to change the position of this ad to sort of more match the camera position. So we're doing this on a static one, so we kind of need to have some more. Let's have a look. Let's just do this sort of, all right, something like that, I guess. All right. So now we can play. Let's see what it does. So it's gonna be looking around. The eyes are gonna spin. And then at the end, it's going to, the end is gonna rotate them all towards the camera. All right, so then we have these new eyes here. So let's delete these eyes there. Okay, so let's put a null here, call these eyes. And let's object merge those into the already our eyes. Go there. For some reason I didn't copy it properly. Let's just drag it in there like that. Let's not transform. Let's not delete. Let's just assign a material. We are only going to want to assign one material, and that's going to be the ice material. So let's do that. Material. Let's assign ice. Okay, so let's that's going to be that one. This is squid. Let's view this output. And then open the eyes. All right. So now we're back with that. So now we have our squid looking around. And then in the end, it's going to look at the camera. Again, you can play around these parameters and the speed to sort of speed is like make it faster, like do a couple of flipbooks, just do some flipbooks and see what works, see what doesn't work. But yeah, let's continue. We got basically the entire scene filled now almost. Only thing we'd have to do in terms of filling up the scene is we need to make the bubbles.